Here.
Yep, we're live. Just take a little.
Hi everybody. So Ryan is tracking this in Salinas. He's going to be online commenting. Okay, we're doing it.
Yep.
Hi everybody, my name is Stephanie Goldfarb. I'm the corporate chef at Produce Alliance, and we're here in our gorgeous test kitchen with Lori, the director of creative marketing for Man's Produce. Man's Produce.
Close enough. Man packing.
Man
yes.
Packing. All right. I got Produce on the brand. Produce Alliance. Man Packing.
That's all right. It's all right.
And Lori showed up today with a brand new vegetable that I've never seen before, which is saying something because I've seen many vegetables in my time, and it's called callolini.
Yep.
And callolini, the name is a little deceptive. You might think it's a cross between cauliflower and broccolini. It is not. It is, here, say something about it. It's like its own variety, its own Japanese style.
So we created broccolini, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
We're celebrating its 20th birthday this year, which is
Amazing.
really exciting. And broccolini is a hybrid vegetable.
Mhm.
It's a cross between broccoli and Chinese kale.
Uh-huh.
Callolini is not a hybrid. It's 100% cauliflower. It's an Asian style variety, and it's kind of an open face.
Yeah.
So unlike traditional cauliflower, where we cover the head with the leaves while it's growing, so it stays nice and light.
Right, and it's gorgeous. I mean,
Yes.
sorry, I'm off camera. I'm back again. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's, when Lori says that it's open style, it really is like it's an open, it's almost like a bouquet, like I'm getting married in the spring and I'm thinking like, can I carry a bouquet of this down the aisle with me? It's really floral and beautiful.
Right, so because we're not covering it with the leaves, it's getting sunlight.
Right.
And as a result, the stems get nice and green because they're getting chlorophyll.
Yes, and what I will say, so I had the pleasure of working in our test kitchen to think up some new ways of using callolini, and what I realized is that Lori mentioned these beautiful green stems. When the callolini cooks, the stems become actually, I don't know if you can see this, but they become like hyper green,
Right.
which is so beautiful, and then the florets sort of stay white, so you have this gorgeous cross-section of white and green, and it just looks like a healthy, beautiful, succulent vegetable, and I'm really amazed by it.
Yeah, and the amazing thing about it too is that unlike traditional cauliflower, which kind of has a funkiness to it, which I personally love, but is not for everybody, callolini, because it gets that nice sunlight and that nice chlorophyll, it's really sweet.
It's mellow. It's sweet.
Super mellow.
And actually, that's interesting that you mentioned that, because when I was experimenting with different recipes, I noticed how sweet this vegetable is.
Right.
And I actually today used it in a dessert recipe.
Yeah.
And I used it in a dessert recipe called gajar halwa, which is an Indian dessert that's usually made with shredded carrots and butter and cream and sugar. I did it with shredded callolini, and I made it almost into like a porridge. You can kind of see it here, a little individual bite, and topped with a little orange segment and some pistachios, and it is so delicious. And we also pickled it, and I seared it with some gomei dressing, which is a Japanese salad dressing made out of toasted sesame seeds, and we put it over some soba noodles, and then I also made a smoked callolini flatbread, which I'm really excited about. It's a goat cheese bechamel, and the reason why I like smoking it is because the callolini really retained its texture, and the smoke with the sweetness, it was like a special combo.
Yeah, no, it when you cook it, like you said, the stems get really bright green,
Yes.
Which is a beautiful contrast on the plate, but it also kind of holds too.
Yes.
You can cook it and just kind of leave it for a while, and it's not going to get all mushy and
Exactly. I experimented a little bit with shocking and blanching the callolini, and it was actually my least favorite way of preparing it. I think the best way that I found in terms of holding it for like another time that you're going to use it is searing it really quickly, because it retains its crunch and retains that flavor, and I've been holding this callolini now for a couple hours, and it's like perfectly good to go.
Yeah.
So I could see this working really well in a food service situation, in industrial kitchens and professional kitchens, because it really holds its flavor, it holds its texture, and also it's really good for you, right? So can you tell us a little bit about the health benefits of callolini?
So it's going to have a similar nutritional profile to regular cauliflower. Great fiber, great vitamin A, some good vitamin C.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's sweet and it's nutritious.
It's sweet and it's nutritious. And like, I feel like cauliflower had its moments, especially like within the last year or two.
Absolutely.
And I don't know about you, but I'm like, okay, like we get it, we get the potential
We've
of
done it every
cauliflower,
which
we've done
way.
it.
Yeah.
This is like a whole new ball game, and I experimenting with it in the kitchen and using lots of different cooking applications. Like here we've got some pickles, I made cololine pickles, and they're still really like snappy and crunchy, and they absorb flavor really well, which I found. So it's just an awesome product. I'm seeing a note, talk more about dessert. I can totally talk more about dessert. So the way that I made this dessert, do you want to give it a try?
I would
camera,
love to.
no pressure.
This will be awkward because it's kind of a big
It's kind of a big bite. Do the best you can. So while Lori tastes it and then waits to rave about it. So the way that I made this is I took some cauliflower and I used a box grater and I grated it until it became, you know, like super small, like almost like cauliflower rice. And I threw it in a pot with ghee, which is clarified butter. It's a very prominent ingredient in Indian cooking. And I cooked it down, added a bunch of sugar, and cooked that down. And then I added milk, cardamom, cinnamon. Yeah, cardamom, cinnamon, a little rose water. And then you let that cook down for like 20 minutes or so until the milk really evaporates. And what you're left with is this like super sweet, vegetable-y kind of pudding that is really classic in Indian kitchens, but this is my version with cololine instead, and it's delicious. Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry, you guys can't try it.
It's really delicious. The recipe will be available online. I'm super happy to share it. Anything else anybody wants to know? I don't know. Is there anything else that we missed?
I don't think so. We're really excited about this.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we launched it a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
And it's just brand new to the US market, and we've gotten great response so far.
I can see why, especially as a chef, when I cook very produce heavy. I think like anybody can make meat taste good, but it really takes like a certain like knowledge level to make vegetables really stand out. And for me, this vegetable does stand out on its own because it's so pretty.
Right.
It really pops on a plate. So I'm really pleased to know that I have access to this now. Was there a question, Jordan, in the back? I'm not seeing it. Storage. I mean, I kept my bags of cololine in the refrigerator for like 2 weeks, and they're still kicking. Like they're still totally good.
No, they hold really well, and unlike regular cauliflower, which gets that kind of brown spotting to it.
None of that. Yeah, I think this batch has actually been in the fridge for a little while, and it's still totally white. I think it's just about keeping it out of moisture, keeping it dry in the refrigerator, just sealed in the plastic bag. It's very low maintenance.
It is extremely low maintenance.
Yeah.
It holds really well.
Yeah, I'm super into it, which is, again, for like a food service prep, for like an industrial kitchen, that's important, right? To be able to not, you know, to avoid kitchen waste as much as possible. And you can use every single part of the cololine as well, from the stem to the floret. So I'm seeing another question. Talk about something pizza. Talk about the pizza. Okay, so let me tell you what I did with this pizza. And let me get you a bite of it. Do you mind eating on camera again?
No, I've done it once.
There you go. Here's your bite.
Thank you.
So what it is it's a lavash flatbread. So it's just a very thin, crispy piece of like lavash dough. And then I made a regular bechamel, which is, you know, flour, milk, butter. I made a bechamel, but I incorporated goat cheese into it. So it's a goat cheese bechamel with cherry tomatoes and basil and capers and chili flakes. But the star of the flatbread is the cololine, which I smoked.
I love the smokiness.
Isn't that nice?
It's amazing.
Yeah, so this is, I love smoking vegetables, and the cololine really held up well in the smoker.
Yeah.
All I did is I cut it to size. I tossed it with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, and I threw it in my stovetop smoker on medium for like 7 minutes or so. And I'm sure you're tasting that it has this like meaty, kind of like
really
texture,
great
flavor.
mouthfeel.
Yeah, that's why I like it too. And not all vegetables hold up super well in a smoker, but cololine does. Lori, more green in winter?
It is more green in winter. I'm glad you brought that up. Summer months are warmer, and this vegetable can grow like 2 inches a day if it's really warm.
That's amazing. Wow.
Which is crazy because you go out there and you're like, oh, it's 2 inches bigger. But yeah, in winter, colder, it'll be more exposed to the sunlight, so the stem gets even greener and even more vibrant.
It's so pretty.
Cool.
I love that. I really, really love that. What I did find is that it is possible to mute that green color. So I here in this bowl, you can see I pickled a bunch of cauliflower.
Right, which took the green out.
It took the green out completely, which is weird. So it's just something that's good to know. Like this vegetable, I think like really the big selling point for me is the flavor and the visual aspect of it. Pickling took the green out of it, like sapped the green out of it, but it
Right.
still tastes so good. Like
Yeah.
I'm still so into it, and it's like that mellow cauliflower flavor. It works really well in pickles. Anything else? Anything else? No? Lori, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
supplying us with such a beautiful product to work with. I'm really excited to continue eating it and working with it and seeing it on menus everywhere. And thanks for being here. And thank you everybody for joining us. And we'll have recipes on the website soon. And have a great day. Bye.